Hey, welcome to post game of the NHL Stanley Cup Final Game 4. Carolina Hurricanes come away with a 5-3 win to tie the series at 2 apiece. Craig Fouy, Collin Harmon, Ford Hatchett. Collin, your initial reactions, Carolina ties the series.
We're going 7.
Feels that way, doesn't it?
And we're probably going to like quadruple overtime in game 7 just to bring out every bit of drama and juice from this series. It's been fantastic.
Well, this was the worst game of the series. Finally, not a one-goal game, right? The empty netter makes it a 2-goal game. But again, just so tight as it has been the whole series. And it's really, there's not much separating these two things.
That's what I was going to ask you guys. Just when I look at these two teams and the way these scores have gone, we have the best two teams in hockey, or clearly the two most competitive teams in hockey right now.
Well, and it's just such an interesting matchup. They both want to play the same way. They both play man-on-man in the D zone, and both of them on the forecheck. I think one of the interesting things as the series goes longer and longer is whose defense can hold up, because every time a puck gets put in the corner, a defenseman's getting hit by the opposing forwards, right? That forecheck is strong, whether it's Barbashev for Vegas or Martinook or Carrier for Carolina. Those defensemen are taking a beating back there, and I think that will add up as the series continues to go.
Well, and it's two teams that dictate the other team's style of play generally, and now they're like mirror images of each other, and what was supposed to be a defensive series has turned into a shootout. And it's a gong show when it comes to goals and defense and everything right now in the best way possible. It's been awesome. And for Carolina, they had to get off to a fast start tonight. You know, chasing Vegas the entire time the last couple games. They couldn't do that again, and the history's not kind to teams that go down 3-1 in the Stanley Cup final. So they were able to do it tonight, and then on the flip side, in this series, anyone that's been up multiple goals, that's not a good thing either. So,
well, and credit to Carolina for being able to get off the mat after just a devastating game 3, after you pour so much into that comeback and then lose on a fluky bounce in double overtime. You know, I think the 2 days off in between games really helped them get ready to go, maybe flush that and come out and have that fast start. And again, when they lose, they don't lose 2 in a row, at least not in this postseason.
Haven't since January 13th, lost back-to-back games.
Isn't that
it's
something?
crazy.
Yeah. Carolina came into this through the playoffs averaging 33.7 shots per game, right? And now in the finals heading into this game, they were at 29.3. They shot 28 on goal tonight. That number's down a little bit against Vegas. Why is that? What's not much, but down a little bit.
Well, and that's a John Tortorella coach team, right? Vegas is clogging the middle of the ice, and you see it. I think the big stars for Carolina still haven't really gotten going between Svechnikov, Aho, and Jarvis. It's tough to get to the middle of the ice, much tougher than it was, say, against Ottawa or Philly or Montreal in the previous 3 rounds out of the East. And Carolina, you know, they're a high-volume shot team. Right. They shoot everything. So a lot of times they're settling for shots from the perimeter. So even when they're out shooting their opposition, they're maybe not out grade A chancing their opposition, right? They're firing lots of pucks. And the other thing in this series has been Vegas' ability to block shots has been phenomenal. And it's not just their forwards, it's their defensemen. They're making it really difficult for Carolina to get any grade A chances.
Well, the lid may be on for Svechnikov, Aho, and Jarvis, but it's not for Jordan Staal anymore.
No, it's not.
I mean, 5 goals in 4 games for a 37-year-old third-line center is
offensive dynamo.
Ridiculous.
That's crazy.
And so he keeps coming through for them. He obviously wins a ton of faceoffs and is so big for them in the offensive zone and to start power plays, and we've seen that time and time again here in the playoffs. But again, he comes up with the game winner tonight, and it's another breakdown from Vegas defensively, and that seems to be how everyone's scored so far in this series, is just teams that don't make a lot of mistakes on the back end are making mistakes on the back end, and these other teams are making them pay quickly.
And we've seen it from both of the team's top defensemen, too. I mean, Jacob Slavin's had a couple rough moments tonight. It was Shea Theodore with that turnover that led to that final Staal goal. These are their top guys, and I think that, again, speaks to just the pressure those forecheckers can put on you from both of these squads.
Let's talk about Rod Brindamore's decision to go with Brandon Bussey in this one after pulling Frederik Andersen here last game. What was your take on that?
I mean, it was hard to argue against just with the way Brandon Bussey played in Game 3 coming in. But at the same time, he hadn't played or started a game since April.
Right.
And this is, again, as a guy who's a career minor leaguer. He's 27 years old. It's his first time really playing. And Freddie Andersen had carried them here. I mean, you could make an argument either way. And then for the fact that Freddie was not even in uniform tonight, Pyotr Kochetkov was the backup. He hasn't played a game since November. I mean, it was a real gamble from Rod Brindamore, and I think there were some shaky moments for Bussey. Again, the book on him is if you get him moving, he may lose his net a little bit. That happened, I think, on the second Vegas goal. But other than that, he made a breakaway save on Mark Stone. He was rock solid in the first 5 minutes of the third. It's hard to argue with what Rod chose in this one.
No, and you got to go back to him again, I think, for Game 5 at home.
You have to now.
Where's Freddie Andersen's confidence at after getting
Not even suiting up.
the plug pulled on him. He had been hot for them, sure, but he also hadn't been tested a lot, and he wasn't. I wouldn't put many goals on him in this series. Like it's been defensive breakdowns, and he hasn't gotten a lot of help from the guys in front of him. But at the same time, if Bussy played so well there in the third period and overtime, and well, the first couple minutes of double overtime before a bad bounce off the boards, but some confidence from the group of, hey, this has been such a high scoring series. Maybe this is something that can turn the tides there. There's still a lot of goals scored in this game tonight, but Bussy also had the track record during the season of he started more games,
won 31 games,
better goals against.
Not bad.
The records weren't even close.
Yeah.
31-6-2, I think, with Bussy, and it was like 16-14-5 with Freddie Anderson. Goals against, save percentage all went in Bussy's favor, but again, you got a veteran goalie that's been through the playoffs before, and I imagine that's why Rod went with him to start game one of the playoffs. Is all right, we got a team that's for whatever reason has struggled through the playoffs here the last few years. Let's get somebody that we can trust in net. And they dominated everybody so much that, hey, 12-1, it's hard to argue against. But Vegas is a different beast.
Yeah.
Bussy's held up his end of the bargain so far. And yeah, that's a tricky spot for Anderson. I'm just glad for Bussy's sake and Rod's sake, had they given up an early goal tonight, and don't take a 2-0 lead, all of a sudden things start snowballing on you probably pretty quickly.
Well, and Anderson's a guy with a playoff reputation dating back to Anaheim, and of course Toronto is the guy who hasn't been able to come through in the biggest moments in Game 7s, and he's also a guy who's been injured a lot in his career. So I don't think Rod would have any hesitation to maybe put him back in the net in Game 5 had they lost tonight, but now I don't think it's a question at all. Glad he got his rest, but I think it's Brandon Bussy's net.
All right, Colin, on the flip side, Carter Hart, the first goalie in NHL final history to give up 4 goals in each of the first 4 games, at least 4 goals. What do you do there if you're Vegas? Is it on him?
No. You keep riding Carter Hart, and I don't think John Tortorella ever go away from him. That's his guy. He's made
back to Philly.
Yes, he's made plenty of big saves, and it's a lot like Freddie Anderson, where the defense is broken down in front of him, and not a lot of it is on him. You go back to Carolina's third period the other night. A lot of just weird goals, tips, things in front. That's on the D-men to clear guys out, get loose pucks out of there. Like, I wouldn't think of anything like, oh, that's a bad one from Carter Hart there.
No, but at the same time, you do have Aiden Hill sitting on the bench who just won you a Stanley Cup 3 years ago, and seems destined to be jettisoned out of Vegas like so many other players this summer. There's an option there, but I think you're right. I think it would take something like we saw in Game 3, but in the reverse. If Carolina gets out to a big lead in Game 5, maybe you give Carter Hart a spell just because he's played so many games in a row now. I think it's his 23rd consecutive start. Maybe you give him a break, but I don't think there's any way they switch anything up in net right now.
Well, and I think, Vegas has been playing from ahead in this series, in games. So, the pressure's not on them. But Rod had to just press a button and hope, you're on the road. If you go down 3-1, you're toast.
Yeah.
Hopefully Bussy can steal a game for us here and tie the series up and give us home ice again.
So let me ask you guys this. If Vegas loses this series, what happens in Vegas with that team? Because they haven't been real loyal to a lot of players for a while here in Vegas. So what happens this summer should they lose to Carolina?
Well, they've already played the hand of firing their coach, right?
Yeah, exactly.
John Tortorella, I think, was asked again today if he was coming back next year. He said, as far as he knows, he's done as soon as this series is done in Vegas. And the way they operate, he may be if they lose, right? So I don't know exactly what you can do. Obviously, they're a well-constructed team that maybe underperformed in the regular season. Mitch Marner's not going anywhere. He's your Conn Smythe favorite, maybe even if they lose the Cup final, the way he's playing at this point. But there are going to have to be questions asked about the depth scoring. It hasn't been there in this series outside of Brett Howden, and they've got to find a way to get Jack Eichel going offensively. And, he's had a quiet playoffs. He's been producing some assists, but this series, he's really dried up offensively on the whole, and the goal scoring still isn't there.
Well, and tonight, one off the crossbar, and then he had one in the final 2 minutes of the game that, point blank chance where you'd hope your superstar is able to capitalize at home and tie the game up, and he wasn't able to do it. You bring up kind of their depth scoring. We saw Colton Sissons early in the playoffs. We saw Nick Dowd early in the playoffs. I haven't really heard those guys' name at all, here through the first 4 games of this series. So, Vegas right now, they got to get the power play going, plain and simple.
Yeah.
Like, you've got so many top dogs on your unit. You got Marner up at the point. You got Eichel on the half wall.
Hurdle's finally scoring a little bit, but
finally,
it's been a while.
Dorofeev on the other side. Like,
Their leading goal scorer in the season, and I don't think he has a goal yet this series.
So they've got everybody, and yet they're 1 for 12 on the power play, and they were 25% coming into this series. It went cold at a really bad time for them. And on the flip side, Carolina couldn't buy a goal on the power play, and now they're red hot over the last 2.5 games.
And that, they had at least one power play goal tonight, and then another one with the guy coming out of the penalty box, which practically is a power play goal. And they're cooking a little bit now, which they weren't at all, despite winning all those games. And I know the series is 2-2, but if the power plays keep going the way they are, that's bad news for Vegas.
Yeah, and Vegas 0 for 3 tonight. Again, Carolina wins this one 5-3. Series tied now, 2 games apiece, with Game 5 coming up Thursday night back in Carolina.
Back and forth we go. Hockey, basketball, thrilling games on both sides. I tell you what, in the hockey, though, actually both series, it's not been kind to be the home team at all.
No.
And it'll be loud in that building again, but you're right. The road teams have, and I think that, again, speaks to the style both these teams play, and Vegas especially. They go down 2 goals again tonight. Nothing seems to faze them when they're playing from behind, and just that resilience we've seen throughout the playoffs from them.
Well, I think you start to, as the home teams, as these series get really late, you start to feel the pressure of, okay, we have to take advantage of this home game here. It's why you see it in Game 7 all the time, and players talk about, I'd way rather be on the road for Game 7, not deal with the crowd and, hearing a bunch of things in the media from our home media, just like, let's get away from it. We'll hunker down and we'll just go steal one on the road without the distractions. And so Carolina's got 2 more at home, and, Vegas is this wily veteran team that this moment's not going to scare them one bit. So I'd be nervous if I were a Canes fan, because I do think Vegas has been the better team in this series. It's been close, but I do think by and large Vegas has been the stronger team top to bottom. But who knows?
And you talk about pressure. You lose Game 5 at home if you're Carolina. You don't want to be coming back out west with the cup in the building in T-Mobile, do you?
Nope,
For
not
Vegas,
at
right?
all.
It's going to be in the building one way or the other that night, but you sure hope you get the chance to close it out on the road rather than fend off that home crowd.
Are you going to a game in Carolina?
I am going to take a red eye out, I think. We're going to go back. My family is still there in Raleigh where I grew up, so I'm going to try to make it to Game 5 on Thursday night and hopefully still have my voice by the time I get back to work.
Wow, that'll be awesome.
Looking forward to it.
Yep.